Deep breath, Bolt Nation. Because today brings one of those wild twists, a key piece off the board, a door opening where nobody expected, a rookie lighting a fire under the room, and a scare that froze the stadium, all in one episode. Hold the nerves, the clues are in the locker room, on the call sheet, and in the heart of the fan base. Can what looks like a problem flip into an opportunity? Could this turnaround start before September? You won't believe what we've got today. So sit down, drop a like, and let's dive straight into the news, right here, right now. Ready to feel the lightning strike again? Start where it hurts most, the trenches. When the blind side loses its anchor, the whole ship rocks. That's why the Chargers front office hit the urgency button, scouring the market for a big body to calm the storm. The hallway whispers have season-level weight and force Greg Roman to redraw the call sheet. Before I say the name, breathe with me. Protecting Justin Herbert isn't a luxury, it's survival. Every snap without security is a spin of the wheel with your season on the line. Ready? Here comes the hit. Rashawn Slater suffered a serious patellar tendon injury and is out for the year. It's a gut punch. The immediate move was signing David Sharp to add bodies and competition. But let's not sugarcoat it. Sharp is depth, not a plug-and-play starter. The plan has to go further. And the clock is ticking toward the 53-man cutdown at the end of August. That window is where real chances pop. Displaced vets, underused talent, tactical fits waiting for the right call. And that's where one name makes sense. Tyre Phillips in Washington could be the steady hand this room needs. No, he's not coming in to save the line. In a perfect world, he wouldn't even see the field as a starter, because that would mean the tackles are healthy. But he brings something rare in August: context. He knows a Greg Roman offense from his Baltimore days, and he was a third-round pick by the Ravens in 2020 when Joe Hortiz, now our GM, was a key figure in their front office. That connection shortens the learning curve, cleans up the calls, speeds up protection, and adds guard-tackle versatility. There are caveats in the profile, no hiding it. Injuries slowed the start of his career, and his run blocking isn't his calling card. But as a pass protector, the numbers tell a brighter story. A 64.5 pass blocking grade, and a 96.4 pass blocking efficiency on the last relevant sample, better than Trey Pipkin's 95.8 last season. In plain terms, on third and long, Phillips tends to hold up just enough to buy Herbert those extra tenths that punish the deep third. If he's on the outside of Washington's 53, the waiver wire turns into a sprint. Immediate tactical impact. With Slater out, Mike Devlin has to re-engineer the levers, tight end chips to the blind side, read schemes to ease the edge, play action with shorter drops to keep defenses honest. If Phillips arrives, he can be a trustworthy swing tackle, earning situational snaps while the staff refines his hands, feet, and angles in the run game. The fan base is split between panic and hope, demanding aggression on waivers and creativity on the practice field. 6 OL packages, motion to displace the edge, screens to slow the rush. The blunt question: can they protect the franchise quarterback enough for Roman's system to flourish without Slater? If the front office connects the dots, Sharp as insurance, Phillips as the tactical fit, plus one opportunistic cut, Herbert stays upright, and the offense breathes. And that wasn't even the day's biggest surprise, because a rookie just changed the conversation and lit a spark in the locker room. A lot of people had already written off the receiver room, but here's what the scoreboard doesn't show. Sometimes a single play rearranges the pecking order. Picture it: third and long, tight coverage, the ball arcing perfectly, and a rookie who'd been quiet most of the preseason elevating like time slowed down, toes dragged at the sideline, strong hands, veteran body control. The stadium holds its breath. He comes down inbounds, inches from the end zone, and a jolt of electricity rips through the bench. In that moment, everything shifted. Only after that did it fully click. Trey Harris, the rookie coming off 2 games without a single catch, stamped his night with poise and real numbers: 6 receptions for 85 yards, and that 34-yard connection with Trey Lance that instantly made the highlight reel. It wasn't just volume, it was the kind of grab that reveals ceiling, length, concentration through contact, spatial awareness to drag both feet and erase doubt. It didn't break the plane, but it paved the way for the first touchdown, and more importantly, for a real spot in the rotation. You heard the echo at the mic. Jim Harbaugh laid out what the tape confirms: catch radius, guts over the middle, run after catch juice, precision on the boundary. Translation: trust to throw him the ball at every level. There's locker room context too. Position coach Sanjay challenged the rookies all week. Harris took the message, turned pressure into execution, and put out film that nudges him up the depth chart. For a Greg Roman offense being rebuilt, that's a chess piece snapping into place. The ripple effect effect goes beyond one name. Harris's rise unlocks packages where Ladd McConkey stretches underneath, Keenan Allen punishes between the hashes, and the rookie stretches outside the numbers. On third downs, line him up as the X to test press, or as the Z to slice zones with a clean release. In the red zone, that catch radius becomes a sketch on the whiteboard. Slant fade, back shoulder, high corner. The defense has to pick its poison. And when the safety gets conservative and bails deep, Roman gets what he wants: a lighter box for the run game and play action that freezes indecisive linebackers. That's how a single highlight changes the math for a season, not just a night. The fan mood flipped from "do we have receivers" to "let the kid play." And the debate got even hotter because another rookie also lit the script on fire. Keandre Lambert-Smith popped again with 2 receptions for 66 yards, showing chemistry with any quarterback. Good competition raises the unit's ceiling, pushes veterans to sharpen routes, and gives Harbaugh the luxury of rewarding performance, not draft pedigree. That receiver room, once a question mark, suddenly looks like a playmaker lab. And if you think that's enough fuel, hold up, because the next chapter jumps the schedule and puts a rookie right in the middle of a battle nobody saw coming a few weeks ago. There are things the preseason doesn't show on the scoreboard, but scream off the tape: confidence. When a rookie steps in and the game seems to slow around him, you circle the name. Keandre Lambert-Smith has been doing that repeatedly. It's not just the box score, though that helps. 2 grabs for 66 yards against the Rams, after opening with 2 for 43 and a touchdown versus Detroit. What changes everything is the how. Hips loose to sell the break. Late separation at the top. Strong hands through contact. Spatial awareness to land inbounds and shield the ball. That becomes efficiency and trust from the coach and the quarterback. Take a breath, because the impact goes beyond highlights. Lambert-Smith already forces Greg Roman to redraw combinations and progressions, with Ladd McConkey stretching defenses via varied breaks, and Keenan Allen slicing between the hashes. The rookie becomes the wild card. In the slot, he punishes zone with sharp angles and post-snap reads. As the Z, he attacks the void behind the nickel off play action. In reduced splits as a light X, he's a motion and stacks piece that messes with press leverage and creates clean releases. On third and short, the whip beats leverage. On second and long, the delayed dig threads behind a linebacker who bit on the run. In the red zone, pivot and option route snap ankles. There's more. When Quentin Johnston exited early, who showed up quickly for Justin Herbert in a live pressured situation, Lambert-Smith. That trust from the quarterback under fire is worth more than a week of practice. Add in the Detroit touchdown, leading the weapons in that opener, and the production against the Rams. This isn't a one-off, it's an emerging pattern across calls and contexts. The film confirms what the stands felt. The kid's clock is ahead. Here comes the tension that heats up the depth chart. What do you do when a former first-rounder wobbles, while a fifth-rounder stacks clean snaps? On Instagram, the label matters. On Jim Harbaugh's call sheet, execution does. His history is clear. Play the guys who deliver. If Lambert-Smith keeps the curve, the rotation can flip. Imagine 11 personnel with McConkey at Z, Allen as the big slot, and Lambert-Smith outside the numbers. RPOs with glance and drift punish cover 3. If the safety drops to close the box, it's time to punish with fade or slant and go. And when defenses answer with too high, the box lightens and opens the runway for aggressive play action. Bottom line, the kids are forcing the issue, and the offense is better for it. The fan base already feels the mood swing. From "do we have receivers" to "let the kid cook." Behind the scenes, Sanjay's challenge to the rookies turned into disciplined routine. Early sideline throws, contact drills at the catch point, releases under violent hands. The result is obvious. Fewer wasted steps, more confidence for Herbert to rip it before the break. The synergy with Trey Harris is a tactical bonus. Harris stretches the field and wins through contact. Lambert-Smith separates late and steals angle. 2 rookies pushing veterans to the edge. Good competition, the kind that raises the room's ceiling and changes the tone in the building. Keep that energy, because the next chapter brings a scare nobody wanted, and a tough call for the staff. Hearts raced and the stadium went silent. In seconds, what felt like another preseason rep turned into a brutal reminder of how unforgiving the NFL can be. Quentin Johnston went down after a hit, stayed motionless for what felt like forever, then left on a cart toward the tunnel. In the locker room, the update was straightforward. Concussion, precautionary trip to the hospital, baseline signs intact, protocol activated. We're relieved by the immediate outlook, but the question pounding in our heads is different. What's the real impact on the offense, on the weekly plan, and on the team's psyche? Layer by layer, on field, Johnston is your vertical explosives piece, stretching coverage and forcing the safety to respect the deep third. Without that constant threat, defenses can drop a man into the box, choking the run game and squatting on play action. In fan language, every yard costs more. Tactically, the rotation shifts now. With the starter shaken up, Trey Harris and Keandre Lambert-Smith grab extra snaps outside the numbers to keep the field stretched. That preserves the system's shape and leaves space for McConkey and Keenan to work inside. On third and long, Harris can win through contact, and Lambert-Smith can separate late for drive-saving conversions. In the red zone, back shoulder, high corner, and slant fade stay on the menu. but with an emphasis on clean execution over hero ball. Harbaugh made it clear post-game, health first. Mike Devlin has to pair protection with quick game slants, quick outs, choice routes, so Herbert can fire before the second read, especially with the line reshuffling after Slater. Greg Roman will pull tools already in the book: pre-snap motion to reveal coverage, bunches and stacks to free releases, crossing routes to hit intermediate windows, play action with shorter drops and controlled boots. And the protocol? Step-by-step, symptom-free, cognitive testing, light practice, progressive contact, independent clearance. Rushing a return is a disaster recipe. If Johnston returns quickly, great. If he needs more days, the plan has to run anyway. That's where the levers come in. More 12 personnel with 2 tight ends selling run and hitting the seam, doses of 21 with a fullback to own the line, timely screens to slow the edge, surgical RPOs when defenses overcommit to the box. On the roster board, the front office needs cold blood. Keep Johnston out until he's truly 100% protect the player and the investment. Meanwhile, depth spikes in value, Harris as the physical contact winner, Lambert Smith the late separator, McConkey the surgical technician. The fan debate is inevitable. Speed up or play it safe. I'm on team patience. This is a marathon, not a sprint. There's also a quieter ripple: belief. When rookies step up during a starter's absence, the locker room gains confidence, and the coordinator expands the menu for the entire season. If Johnston returns symptom-free and hungry, perfect. If the rookies carry the load longer, that's even better for the room's growth. The scare reminded us what's at stake, but it also revealed real alternatives. And as we process it all, keep that energy, because I'm about to tie the impacts together and point to what truly changes as early as next week. Breathe, Chargers Nation. One pillar fell, 2 rookies rose, and a scare reminded us that every snap can swing a season. Without Slater, we gained urgency and a pragmatic protection plan. With Harris and Lambert Smith, we opened a lane for a more aggressive rotation. With Johnston on the mend, we learned to win with depth and smart football. The road won't be linear, but the DNA is resilience. Here's the question: do you believe this blend of grit, adjustments, and youth can push the Chargers into January? Drop your ideal rotation in the comments, smash that like button, share it with the nation, and subscribe to ride this surge with us.